We are live with my man Kory, who has been absolutely crushing his fitness goals. And as a first responder, it was important to him. And Kory, if you don't mind, I'll let you give us a little introduction about yourself, other than what I just shared.
Sure. My name's Kory McClouphen. I'm a first responder here in Cape Coral, Florida, 36 years old. Started this journey back in September of last year when I was 288 pounds and need a little bit of motivation. I definitely was struggling a little bit. I know how to work out, not necessarily know how to eat. I was watching what I was eating, not necessarily watching what I was eating. So I just needed the guidance. I needed some motivation of where I was going, and definitely needed the right direction of where I needed to go. And that's where I started looking online, saw first responder, looked into it, and that was the direction of what I needed because ultimately my goal at the end of the day is be part of the SWAT team of the Cape Coral Police Department.
Heck yeah, man. And that's important to have a strong why behind your goals. So, yeah. So when you joined Fit Responder, right? Obviously, you still needed to make some big improvements, and you knew you weren't going to be able to crush that SWAT tryout, the PT standards, without losing some significant weight. But well, let's share this. Your heaviest was 288 pounds. How much do you weigh now?
I'm 217 pounds right now.
217. So losing over 70 pounds. How do you feel, man? Talk about it. I mean, I'm sure you look different, but give us all the benefits of that massive weight loss.
Oh, it's as just a person in general, it's amazing. It's the stress on the body, the stress on the joints. Absolutely everything as far as the health standards. It's that's the most important thing is you're healthy, but also the main important thing is being a fit first responder. There's fitness standards, fit for duty standards that we need to be hold ourselves accountable for, and that's why it's important. And you know, being able to lose that weight, walking around, the body weight at 288 pounds, and then you're throwing 30 pounds of gear on. Now you're over 300 pounds of walking around. It's unhealthy. There's no excuse for it. Some people will make excuses. At the end of the day, there is no excuse, except for their own excuses that they can keep telling themselves, but that's a lie. That's how I feel. I was lying to myself. And I needed some guidance and needed some help and along the way, but ultimately I just made the decision that that's what I needed to do. And yeah, definitely losing the weight, dropping the pant sizes, tightening up the duty belt, tightening up the vest, being able to run faster, being able to do absolutely anything and everything a lot better. It's just absolutely totally worth it, hands down.
Love that, man. And I hope you're inspiring some other people to be courageous and look at themselves in the mirror and be honest, right? And as you said, you used to make excuses, you used to lie to yourselves. And I think anyone who's been out of shape can relate. Hey, I'll start Monday, or hey, I'm doing okay, or it could be a lot worse. And all these ways we try to like skip on our goals and the work that's needed to get fit. But we're super proud of you, man. And I know that your friends, your family, your coworkers are proud of you too, and you're still hungry for more. So you've been a fantastic example to other clients in the program, and now for other first responders out there watching this. And my man, no pressure. If somebody was looking for support, maybe they're looking for a fitness program and a coach to help them, get fit. If somebody was on the fence about us at Fit Responder, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them definitely take it into consideration. Why not? That's you won't know until you try it. That was my biggest thing. There's a lot of quick fixes. You didn't gain the weight overnight. You're not gonna lose it overnight. There is no quick fit program out there. There's a lot of these things out there that say you can do this overnight and you're going to be this one way or the other. But this program is just a testimony to exactly what it is. It's not a gimmick. It's not something to where it's advertised as one thing and it's not another. The coaches, the apps, the meal plans, the workout plans, everything is geared towards you. Everything, the meals, everything, absolutely everything. The one-on-one. I mean, having your coach there with you, day in, day out, at any time of the day, send him a text or send him a message through the app. He messages back, or he or she messages back. It's phenomenal. You know, that motivation that they give you. It's just, you know, it's why not? You know, I look at the end of the day as far as how much is a bill in a hospital? You know, if you're overweight, something like that, you hurt yourself, you know, because you're overweight, obese, something like that, you know, versus, you know, being in shape. You know, what's a little bit of money to get yourself in shape, get yourself right, versus down the road in the long run to where you're out of shape, you're unhealthy, and you have a lot more long-term health problems, you know. So my thing at the end of the day is why not? You don't know until you try it. And I ultimately, at the end of the day, you wouldn't be disappointed.
I appreciate you sharing that, man. And it's so true. It's like a lot of people are worried about getting coaching and getting help because they have too much pride or they don't want to spend the money. And it's like, but what is the cost of staying out of shape? You know, and I think, as you said, people lie to themselves. They want to be in denial. It's not going to happen to me. I won't be the overweight officer or firefighter who gets in trouble on duty because I'm out of shape or adrenaline's going to save me. And it's lies, you know, and it keeps us comfortable in a very uncomfortable position to where we're putting ourselves and others at risk. So I appreciate you
Sure.
being.
And yeah, and the thing is, the other thing too is like a lot of people think that, you know, oh, I'm going to be put on this restrictive meal plan to where I could only do this and I could only do that, and that was one of my concerns, because you know, like I say, I don't know a lot about nutrition. I didn't know anything about nutrition per se. You know, I know not eating a whole pizza that night's not good for you, that type of thing. But getting into this program, it just opened my mind to as far as like the high protein, you know, just focusing on the protein and everything. It just opened my eyes to a whole entire different aspect and just educating myself, you know, through my coach, through the program. And, you know, it's just not about getting in shape, but it's also about educating yourself to be able to move past the program, you know, to set yourself up for success later on down the road. You know, it's just building blocks. This program to me, of course I'm going to continue on with the program, but for others, if you want to do the short term or, you know, medium term, or, you know, continue on with it, whatever you want to do, give it a try. But it sets you up for success no matter what you want to do.
I appreciate you sharing that. And it's a good point to make because there are a lot of fitness like processes out there that are a gimmick. They're a short term diet, it's a quick fix, and it's not going to teach you sustainable habits or tools that'll help you stay fit for life. And that's what we want to do here at Fit Responder. We want to see you succeed. And, you know, Kory, I don't ever want to see you get to 280 pounds again. And I know you don't
Oh, me
either.
neither. Nope.
And so now you got beyond just the motivation to stay fit, you have the tools and the know-how and the approach to maintain this lifestyle. And I know you will. So props to you, my man. We'll set some more goals with you and we'll crush those too. So appreciate you being a
Absolutely.
winner. Yeah, anyone who's watching, hopefully this story inspired you to take a good, honest look in the mirror and kick some butt and, you know, stop making excuses and just look at the life that could be waiting for you on the other side of, you know, trusting in a good process and putting in some good work. All right. Stay safe, strong, and fit, everyone.